Having an online presence is kind of like having a storefront, except that it can be accessed 24 hours a day from anywhere in the world, and you can passively run that storefront from anywhere in the world too. In this video, I'm going to be laying down the #1 foundation for a successful online business, which is your online presence. I've been running a freelance online business for the past few years while traveling the world and working with clients from all over the world in 18 different countries at this point, and that is all thanks to my online presence. So whether you're trying to build an entire business from the ground up or just have a nice little side hustle, this video is for you. For anyone who's new here, welcome to my channel. I'm Brittany New. I moved from California to Barcelona and meanwhile have been running my media production business. Since I started, some people have been asking me for tips on how to start an online business, and so I've been very excited to dive into that topic on my YouTube channel. So finally, I present the first video in my freelance business startup series, which is sponsored by Wix. Anyone who knows me knows that I've been entrepreneurial since literally day one, and one of my very first side hustles was designing websites. My parents and my parents' friends would pay me, and I've literally been using Wix as the platform to do that since I was like 14 years old. And all my business websites are still hosted on Wix today, so I'm very grateful to be collaborating with Wix on this video series. If you're going to be starting a business, no matter what kind, you're going to need a website, so you might as well use the link in the description of this video to start making your online presence with Wix today. So when I say your online presence, what am I talking about? Your online presence is basically the discoverable entity about you or your business that exists online. Essentially, it's your website, and it has to be your website rather than your social media profiles because your website is the only place where you can truly customize the entire customer experience. Some other huge advantages to having a strong online presence are raising awareness about your brand or business, validating the credibility of your business, and my personal favorite is that it enables you to create systems that automate the process of turning leads into paying customers. So I personally have 2 different online presences that I use on a daily basis, and that is my personal brand website, which is brittanynew.com, and my niche business website, which is the ecourseguru.com, where I make online course content for coaches, consultants, or anyone who wants to make an online course, and I help them with the media to do that. And as I said, both of my websites are hosted on Wix, which I love using because as a graphic designer, I love having the option to start with a template, but not be limited to that template. And with Wix, you can literally drag and drop anything anywhere on the site, and you can pretty much execute any idea that you can imagine for your website. Their websites also look really good on mobile devices, which is super important because I believe that most people are going to be accessing your online presence using their mobile device. So until now, all my graphic design business has been under the eCourse Guru, and all of my YouTube and influencer things, which are kind of new, are under the brittanynew.com website. So I wanted to give you guys those 2 examples because you might want to think about whether you want to invest in building a personal brand and online presence or a niche brand and its online presence. The benefit of a personal brand is that the brand is you, so it evolves as you evolve. Maybe you start out doing copywriting services, but then you find out that your clients actually want virtual assistant services. So if you do a niche brand, which is only about copywriting, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to transition into the virtual assistant work. So that's the benefit of a personal brand. The niche brand also has a strong benefit, which is that it speaks very directly to the audience that you're trying to communicate with. So in my case, doing online course content is so specific that anytime anyone needed that type of content, they really felt like they were in the right place. Another difference is that if you're using the niche brand, it's more likely to come up on Google. Like my website comes up on Google for online course content creator, but my name wouldn't necessarily come up on Google if somebody wants graphic design services. So the personal brand might be for you if you're someone like me and you know that you like to do a lot of things and you're not afraid of using your own name and your own face as the brand. However, I would advise you to go with the niche brand if you already know that you're only going to be doing one thing and you don't mind investing everything into that one online presence. I say all this just to save you time because it's important to be clear on what you want portrayed in your online presence before you actually create it. So once you know what you're going for and what type of customers you're trying to attract, you want to create an online presence that is inviting, informative, and compelling. Let's start with inviting. So like I said, your online presence or your website is like your storefront. You want to decorate it in a way that's attractive to your target customers and you want them to feel welcome when they arrive. But I need to warn you on something. This is a misconception that a lot of people that are new to freelance business get confused. Making a website on its own is not going to bring you any customers. make you any money, or grow your business. It's just not. You still have to put in the work of bringing people to your storefront, and I will talk about how you do that in a later video. But in this video, we are just laying the foundation of the space that you want to create online. So if your new website is a storefront, let's say this storefront isn't on Main Street where all the people are, which would be like the #1 page on the Google search results. It's actually on some back alley where nobody goes, there's no foot traffic, and people would really have to be looking for it to find it. But once they find it, they're going to be happy that they did. And that's thanks to the fact that by using Wix, you're able to create such a professional looking online presence that people are going to be drawn to and impressed with, and that will make them eager to learn more about what you're doing. My business website, The E-Course Guru, got no traffic until I started promoting myself on a freelancer platform, and that drove lots of traffic to my website, and that is what enabled me to start getting enough leads to turn them into customers. My personal brand website, brittanynew.com, doesn't get any traffic unless I make a YouTube video that encourages people to go to my website and download a freebie or something. And then using Wix search engine optimization tools, you can gradually expand the reach of your online presence. And I'm going to be talking all about Wix SEO in a later video. So the key is that once people arrive to your website, you want to make sure that their experience is aesthetically pleasing and as smooth as possible. And Wix has a lot of templates that you can choose from to make sure that your website looks good and works properly. I forgot the word properly. So Wix has a lot of templates that you can choose from and plug and play to make sure that the website looks good and works properly. So secondly, you need your online presence to be informative. You need people to have enough information to know if they want to work with you just in a few moments of taking a look at your website. In another video, I'm going to be going into the details of what exactly you should have on your landing page or your home page. But for now, I'm just going to talk about something called your USP, which is your unique selling proposition. This is something that I advise you to have front and center on your homepage, and this is supposed to summarize what you're all about and what you can deliver for people. Mine says spreading positive messages through media because that's what I'm all about, and if anyone wants to jump on board with that, then they're in the right place. So think about what makes you and your business unique, keep it short, simple, and sweet, and that should be in the front and center of your online presence. Additionally, your contact information should be easily accessible on your website. People should have no questions about how to contact you if they want to work with you or ask you any questions. Wix has a collection of beautiful stackable elements that they call strips, and you can add them to your website to create a well-designed and perfectly functional contact area in no time at all. And then all you have to do is customize the strip to the style that matches your business's branding. And we're going to talk all about branding in my next video. Your website is kind of like a long form virtual business card, and so people should be able to have all the important information at a glance at their fingertips. You can also think of your website as a receptionist who takes information from leads so that you can get back to them when you have time available. You can do this by putting a contact form somewhere on your website. And finally, your online presence needs to be compelling. When they arrive to your website, what is something that can get them to stay for a while, inquire for more, turn them into a customer? I highly recommend using light boxes. Wix has this super intuitive function called light boxes, and you can decide when and where they pop up on your screen, and this will catch the user off guard to provide them with some kind of offer. Maybe it's a free download, maybe it's a coupon code, and Wix has a bunch of light box templates that you can choose from that you can add to any of your pages and create this effect. Again, all you have to do is customize it in the Wix editor. You can design it to look like anything you can imagine, and then link your email address to the form, and it works automatically as a really convenient lead generator. And that will encourage them to give them their contact information and turn them into a more qualified lead that you can follow up with later. They should be compelled to take some kind of action that takes them one step closer to working with you. Some people forget this and they just pack their website with a whole bunch of information and it's an overload and there isn't a clear next step or call to action. But I actually suggest doing the opposite, which is keeping it short and simple and telling them exactly what the next step you recommend would be. As a freelancer, having an online presence is really a must, and it will allow you to scale your business in a way that regular social media profiles just can't really do. So I highly recommend using Wix as a platform to create your website. There's a link in the description of this video for you, and thanks to Wix for sponsoring this video. Also down below, you will find a PDF worksheet that will help you to start brainstorming ideas for how to craft your online presence. Thank you for watching this video. Please give it a like if you found anything in this video helpful and informative to you, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos on entrepreneurship, travel, and creative tips. And in my next video, I'm going to be giving you guys my top tips for creating a logo for your freelance business. So I will see you there. Bye.